And now, from podunk communities all across the USA, welcome to another episode of Facebook Fights with your host, comedian Michael Joyner.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 3, Facebook Fights. I'm your host, Michael Joyner. Today, now, first of all, I know I've been saying that I was going to get my comedian friends on here, but like most comedians, I know they're irresponsible. They're never available, or they'll tell you they're available, and then they don't show up. That's okay. I have my neighbors today. 2 neighbors who agreed to do this, and I think I'm going to start using just regular folks. What do you guys think of that? That's a good idea. So I got Rupert Cornfeller. Hey. And now they used to call you Bubba. Now it's Goose. Yeah, you just call me Goose. Okay. So I got Rupert Cornfeller and Goose, and we kind of went through it. They've never been on any type of podcast, so this could make it fun. I told them, just read your highlighted, read in your regular voice your highlighted characters. So we'll see how this works. What we're going to do today is what's going on today. As you know, what I do on Facebook Fights is I cut and paste actual dialogue. We don't change it one bit. Dialogue from communities across the nation. I've been using my old digs, Portage, Indiana, Northwest Indiana area, Hobart. Did a couple of those the first 2 episodes, and then Independence, Missouri, where I lived. Hillbillies are the best, right, guys? Hillbillies are the best. So we use hillbilly communities, and we look for something interesting where they're fighting about something. That's where you get the name Facebook Fights. And I cut and paste the dialogue and we read it. I use a couple different voices. My guys today will be using their voices, and it's just going to be hilarious, isn't it? So I guess that's it. Rupert, this is your first time ever doing any... Now, I've never been on video okay, this is an audio. Yeah, but I've never been on anything. So I hope I do good. You're going to do fantastic. I could tell your voice is perfect. And Bubba, formerly Bubba, now Goose. Are you on the witness protection program? No, man. No, just, it's a long story, man, why they changed my name to Goose. I mean, my nickname. Okay, well, that's okay. That's okay. We'll use your nickname, man. We have Goose and we have Rupert, and they're going to read their parts, and I'm going to read a couple parts. On the first one, I usually use I go into communities, but I happened to be scrolling and I saw something at some bar, Buck's Bar in Nebraska. There was a country band playing, and apparently the guy doesn't like when people talk. I've never heard of that in my life. You go to a Kid Rock show, he's not telling people not to talk. I mean, just, chatter. You're definitely not going to be disruptive, but it was a little place. He wanted people to listen to him because he was in concert. I think his name was Clay or something. But he called these ladies a name from the stage and everything, and they ended up leaving and turned into a big fight. Some folks were for the performer. Other folks were for the lady and her friends. And so this is it. Here's the actual dialogue, okay? The lady's name, we'll give her name Tina. We don't use real names, just in case. We definitely don't use real first and last names. Hold on, let me take a swig here. And by the way, my first 2 episodes, I did visual too. Man, that takes so much time. You guys aren't worth it. So, maybe I'll get back to visual eventually, but right now I'm also doing another podcast called A Comedian's Guide to the Bible. That just launched today. Check it out. Funny, informative, inspiring. Comedian's Guide to the Bible with Michael Joyner. Okay, so here we go. You guys got your scripts, got your highlighted parts? Yeah, I guess. Okay. We'll give it a try. Here we go. If you want to be publicly humiliated and kicked out of a small bar with no AC for talking, this is your bar. Buck's Bar and Grill. I'm a local and have been going to Buck's for years for dinner. I had out-of-town company come in, so I called up to Buck's to see if they had anything going on. I was told there was going to be a band with a $10 cover, so we decided to go up for dinner and dancing. When all of the girls arrived, we go to a table and order some food. We found out there was no band, just a country act. And so my out of town friends introduced themselves to the owner and told them they were from out of town visiting. So the first act was great. We ate, we sung along with them, we visited, we drank, and we did a little dancing. We were having a great time. We went out to smoke, came back, and the headliner, Clint Park, was already singing. So we sat down, and it was apparent that there was an issue with my visitor. Yes, she was a little friendly, letting him know that she was from Kansas City. But he promptly told her, I don't care and he cussed, where the effing frig you're from, frickin' frack, you are, just sit down, he said. Real loud, on the mic publicly, as the owner stood by and watched. As the owner, he should have quietly addressed any miscommunications, okay? So she sat down, and we continued to visit and listen to his music. He then again stopped and said, are you going to listen to the show or talk? At first, I thought he must be joking. After all, we were in a bar. He then told 4 women to shut the F up. He said the F word. And the owner stood next to him the whole time. Not a word was said, apparently. I guess the owner made an announcement earlier, before the singer started, about being quiet during the show, which we were not there for that. The owner never came up to us and told us we were being too loud, nor did he offer us to move us to another seat. We got up and left with a few choice words. We were then told to leave the property as we were getting up to leave by the bouncer. I was there with the other locals, and neither myself or them will ever set foot in this bar again. This is the most unprofessional conduct any establishment I've ever been in. No one's ever spoken to locals like that, and other locals have witnessed similar occurrences who got kicked out of a bar for talking while this man, Clint Park, was playing. If Clint Park can't handle people talking during his show, he will not make it very far. And let me tell you something, bad news travels fast. Go ahead, Rupert. All right, well, good to know. I agree nobody should be spoken to that way. Food sucked last time. We were there anyway. No band, just a country act. What does that mean? A solo performer? If so, my guess is that you and your friends were really loud and oblivious to the fact that the guy was trying to perform, to sing. Get it? Maybe he could have handled it more diplomatically, but I can guarantee that no performance artist who has ever gotten up on stage would want you and your friends in their face during a performance. Sit down and at the very least, keep it to a low roar. Why is this not obvious? Thanks for sharing. I mean, as a musician of 50 years, hey, thanks for sharing. As a musician of 50 years, I find it despicable. I'm sorry you had to experience such rudeness. I had a bachelorette party coming up, and we were definitely going to go here. I'm going to let people know that frequents this place that we're not going there anymore because that's disgusting to treat paying customers like that. But not anymore. F that place, and thank you for sharing. I hope you're referring to Buck and the artist. Yes, I am, Terry. I remember hearing Ravi Shankar open for George Harrison once. He asked for complete silence. Nobody spoke a word. You could hear a pin drop. It was absolutely amazing. Bucks is the best. There must be some serious cover-up of one's own faults in this ridiculous post. Maybe low rent is this guy's act? Well, I've been playing there for years. Buck is very performance audience focused. If you're not there for a show, you need to go elsewhere. No one is saying you cannot speak or laugh. Just don't be disruptive. You have to try pretty hard to get kicked out of there as a hired gun who regularly answers calls for artists to play there. I appreciate the policies in the early times, and I'm glad the standards are set by business owners with a good grasp on the local markets rather than by a few disgruntled randos. It's a concert venue by the merit that it regularly hosts live music as a private business establishment. Bucks allows to set Bucks is allowed to set standards and practices to that end, and you don't have to go there if you don't want to. It is a matter of respect for a musical performer and common courtesy to other patrons that you be quiet during the musical performance, especially at smaller venues such as Buck's. Yeah, you may be enjoying your friends' conversations. I get that, but others who have paid for admission to hear a performer do not. Uh, they interrupt the musician on stage, and they don't want to hear your conversation while he's performing. Either, especially in that small room, it must have been embarrassing to be scolded from the stage. Next time, and I hope there's a next time. You'll know. I called ahead and was told there was a band. There won't be a next time. We paid our money before we knew who was playing. Has nothing to do with whether I had to be quiet, and all to do with the way we were treated. Any owner who allows an artist to talk to his patrons that way, I will not be back. This is not an isolated case. I have since learned that many people have experienced this from this man. Apparently, he needs better signage and better management skills. I'm Buck. Buck is what I'm talking about. I guarantee that your presence will not be missed at future shows. I would just turn up the music. Well, he is known around town as a terrible old guy, so he don't know what he's doing over there. Okay, this is a girl's part. Yeah, just read it like a girl. All right. Well, my husband and I were both there the night in question. We watched it all unfold before our very eyes in total disbelief. This was absolutely uncalled for. Yeah, they were having a good time, but I would say they were out of control. I wouldn't say they were out of control. There were a lot of people talking, but they were the only ones singled out. I see there are lots of Bucks fans sticking up for him, but they are not getting to the point. No one should be spoken to like that, especially by an artist. And not by an artist. He would be lucky if no one recorded the whole thing. This could literally end his career. I've heard a few rumors of similar incidents like this. Well, Bucks puts the emphasis on the music and the artist performance. That is a good thing. You guys did fantastic. You ready for number 2? Yeah, I'm ready, man. And like reading that girl, I wasn't sure if I should make my voice high or what. Dude, you did fantastic. You ready, Rupert? Yeah, do it again. Okay, this one is from Topeka. I had a buddy send me my one listener who's a big fan. Sorry, taking a swig of my quick trip here. He said, "Do my city, Topeka, Kansas," and I've been there several times, and I knew, yeah, there has to be something at that place. So what we have is for the one I chose for Topeka is there was a picture of a trailer coming through pulling an extremely small house. Okay, and it started with that. Someone with what the hell can you even do with this house? So we'll go there, guys. Same thing. Just read your highlighted in your own voice. Okay, we ready? Actually, you're first, Bubba. No, you're first, Rupert. Okay, here we go. What the hell can you even do with this house? Oh, meth, man. You can do some good meth in there and just enough room for a bed to screw a hoe on for 16 hours. Sleep, maybe cook and eat. Yeah, sleep. Yeah, sleep, fold up your bed, cook, watch TV, read, about the size of a prison cell. They weren't designed for you to be in 24/7, just sleep in, just the basics. Oh, this one's easy. This easy. This is Topeka. Smoke meth and bang dope hoes. I believe this belongs to a disabled veteran. I wasn't talking about him specifically. Oh my God. Have to go outside to turn around. My grandpa lived in a place like this, and you know what he did in there? He minded his own freaking business. Construction site office, stupid. One bedroom hideout. Hunt deer. You can still watch TV or read a book, listen to music, and then exit to use the Walmart bathrooms. Cocaine and hookers. If this home's a rockin', just sit your ass down there and wonder and don't come knocking. It's a business, not a home. It's a nice fishing house. As a guy who likes to turn trailers into food trucks as a hobby, I wonder if it's for sale. Why do you care, though? I used to work in a trailer about this size. It was one of those tiny sheds made to look like a barn on a little trailer. It was called the snow barn, and we sold snow. Did you get busted for selling snow? Not that kind of snow, doofus. Reminds me of a camper's side, one from the donut shop off Duck Dynasty, but that's none of my business. Your efforts to roast this guy's tiny home on wheels went over like a turd in a swimming pool. Okay, one more hand for my guest today. All right, I'm pounding on the door because no one's here but us. Okay, you guys can give yourself a hand. That's all right. Keep it going for Rupert and Goose. Thank you, guys. Oh, you're welcome, man. All right, anytime, I guess. And that's it. I'm Michael Joyner. Send me your cut and paste Facebook fights. I will do what I just did here. I'll put them together and we'll try to make them funny or interesting or entertaining. At least something you can listen to when you're in traffic. Michael Joyner. I'm at michaeljoyner.com. Listen to me on Spotify, Sirius, Amazon Music, Pandora, I got all 3 albums everywhere. So listen to it. Got a new album coming out. If you want to give, my PayPal is Actor Comic. I believe it is. Yeah, Actor Comic. Email me if you want to help. This stuff costs money. Right, guys? Yeah, good. Sure. Okay, guys. Thank you again. I'm Michael Joyner. See y'all later.